Indiana, life from the cornfields of Indiana to the big city. Indiana, the homeless crisis is at an epidemic level all across the United States of America. But in Indiana, my wife and I, we made the journey about 2 years ago, and it was so very heartbreaking. The churches, what are they doing? What are the pastors doing in Indiana, from the cornfields to the major city, to help the homeless? Indy woman dies in homeless camp before getting off the streets. This is from the Indy Star. The dead woman's life lay in messy heaps around her campsite Friday morning. Indianapolis police officers found her body shortly before 3:30 a.m. She was wrapped in a blanket. Her bed was a cushion from a patio chair. Her resting place was a blacktop parking lot behind some pine trees growing near Washington and Oriental Streets. Police haven't said how Margaret A. Means died. The Marion County Coroner's Office said the Means family had been notified, but no autopsy had been scheduled as of Friday afternoon. Means was 65 years old. She was a grandmother. She was battling diabetes. And letters and notes she had left behind show that Means had plans to get off the streets. List of things I need to get moved, Means wrote in a notebook left at her campsite after her body was removed. Heartbreaking. Means was ready to get off the street. She was working with John Bonner Neighborhood Center to find an apartment she could afford. Homelessness is a chronic problem in central Indiana. Local advocates say the Coalition for Homelessness Intervention and Prevention found 1,619 people living on the streets of Indiana in 2016, which was 47 fewer than the year before. On Thursday, the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development said its volunteers counted 5,798 homeless people throughout Indiana during a single night in January, and the freezing temperature, a 10% drop from 2015's count. We're not experiencing that at all, she said. Steve Kerr, the Chief Development Officer for Wheeler Mission. Wheeler Mission operates 200 beds for homeless men and another 20 for women and children in Indianapolis. Those beds are near capacity, Kerr said. Our numbers continue to grow, he said. I think what happens is when one person does get off the streets, another person replaces them. And let me take you to another. Days before he was to move into an apartment, Indy man dies alone under a bridge. On the first day of 2016, Wes Cunningham died alone under a bridge in downtown Indianapolis. This was a man who had friends all over the city, yet he died out in the bitter cold, protected only by a cardboard box and some blankets. The low temperatures in Indianapolis on January 1st was 24. A neighbor, another homeless man, found him that day near Pine and Georgia Streets, dead of apparent natural causes. He probably froze to death. No one's to blame, of course. Cunningham, who would have turned 60, had plenty of people who looked out for him ever since he came to Indianapolis by way of Syrio 10 years ago. People like Joe Holman, director of innovation at Eli Lilly and Company, and Kathy Albright, director of Meet Me Under the Bridge, a Christian outreach mission that works with the homeless. At least we've got one Christian outreach, I guess, in Indiana. It's very heartbreaking. It's just heartbreaking. I guess I'm going to be heading back to the cornfields of Indiana along with the city, the downtown area, and there's just a homeless crisis everywhere. We as a church, we need to come together, and this is just, it's heartbreaking. It's heartbreaking. From Michigan to Indiana to Ohio to Tennessee, the Appalachians, New York City, New Jersey, all across, hometown, USA. The churches are busy with their fundraisers and their building projects. Too busy to help and to love thy brother in need. Thanks for watching, everyone. I'll put the link to our ministry and outreach below. God bless you.